think, Mr. Clay, your butt's glowing.
Unless there's gay porn in it, I just don't watch it. Is that normal?
For you, maybe.
Yes, perfect. Finally, I'm normal.
You like the pickle touching, so yeah. Let's just tell them they're not trying to start a lawnmower down there, and you'd be all right.
I don't I
Well,
don't know who you're getting hand jobs from, but I want to avoid the lawnmower hand jobs as well.
recording in progress.
Recording in progress.
In progress?
Progress. Once again,
Ah,
Josh is still working on no internet, and Charlie Ray, Mr. Clay are going to hold down the fort.
yes, indeed. That's about all I can do is hold down the fort.
No Dora, no Teapot, no Gelman, no April, no Lexi.
Yeah, it's been interesting getting to know Dora in a different way since I met her through here and knew nothing about her.
I find it remarkable how you keep talking about like, wait, so I keep watching her on the show. You had no idea until like
No,
two
I had
weeks
no
ago.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though. So
Well, I mean,
I
when I first met her, we went out for wings. So we're at a place,
yeah.
we're going for wings, and the place is closed. Like we get
Uh,
there, it's still open, and the server's like, "Oh yeah, I'm too busy. We can't take any tables." And I look around, and there's one guy sitting at the bar with no food, just a drink, and there's one table of a family. I was like looking around, I was like, "You have one table who are already eating, and you have one guy at the bar who's not eating at all." Like, fuck you. So we just left and went
yeah.
somewhere else. And we're sitting down. She goes, "Oh my God, these people know me. These people know me." I was like, "What?" Because she's not even from this town. She's from like an hour, I don't know,
Right.
like 80 kilometers away, maybe. Yeah.
Right.
No, like 120 kilometers away.
And you're
Anyway,
like, what do you mean they know you?
I was like, "What do you mean they know you?" Like, she goes, "Oh, they just, oh, those people, they're staring at me right now. They're going to come over and talk to me. They're going to come over. Just like be chill with it." I was like, "Okay." And they just come over and they start like literally talking to her like they fucking know her and stuff. And then they leave. I'm like, "How do you know them?" She goes, "Oh, like, you don't know me like they know me?" I was like, "No, I don't." So yeah, we just met online and Facebook groups and started chatting and about food and stuff. I didn't know that she was,
You didn't know anything at
no,
all.
not at all.
That's
Yeah.
and that's that and that's awesome. I mean, that's great that you didn't, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, she did
because
know the
that
head chef at the restaurant we went to, and
yeah.
she did know one of the servers. And I don't know what she called her, but it was a very derogatory term for someone who fucks everyone in town. It's like it wasn't the town bicycle or it wasn't
Yeah.
Chevron. It was something, like she called this girl something. I don't remember what it was, but it made me laugh my ass off. I was like, fucking, I love this girl because she's hilarious, boisterous, and she doesn't hold back fucking anything.
No, no, I love Dora. So Dora, if you listen to this episode, I love you, babe.
All
So
right.
yeah. So anyway, yeah, she's cool. Like I said, it is hilarious though watching this stuff and totally understanding the whole "fuck you, Dale" comment now. So yes, I
Yeah,
get that.
I can't stand
Uh,
reality TV, so I've watched like two clips, but I'm not gonna watch reality TV. It's just not my thing. It
you know,
angers me
yeah,
because
I agree.
it's
I
scripted
don't.
and it's not supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my first ex loves reality TV and she loved like Survivor and she really loved Big Brother, which I thought was just the shittiest show. Basically
Yeah.
just a bunch of people conniving every second, and I can't watch this. She bought like the passes to like watch the extra cameras and I mean I'm like, fuck man, I got shit to do, you
Yeah.
know. But I here the funny thing is though is I mean, I don't watch that many, but I do enjoy watching cooking shows because I like food. I
Yeah.
like food. I like beer.
Yeah, but when
I
you
like
add
food.
drama to it, it's not no
Yeah.
longer a cooking show.
Yeah, and that's true. That fucking dude that's a judge on that season that I'm watching, the first season, is hilarious. Somebody called him in a comment the fucking Asian Liberace or something like that. It was hilarious. So,
Was he
I don't know if you know who
playing
I'm
a
talking
piano and he
about.
was all wearing sequins?
No, no, but I don't know if you know the judge I'm talking about at
No,
all.
I don't watch the show.
But yeah, yeah. So, Yeah, it's been fun. But anyway,
Unless there's gay porn in it, I just don't watch it. Is that normal?
for you maybe
Yes, perfect. Finally, I'm normal.
you like the pickle touching, so you
The,
know. I thought you'd get a kick out of that. That's why I said it to you. It made me
And
laugh
then I
because
showed a guy, I showed like one of my friends came in and I showed him. He's like, yeah, but I mean, when you go to Thailand, you have to touch the pickle. I was like, right? He's like, fuck, I'm going to Thailand just to touch the pickles. And I don't even like dudes. I was like, because it's a girl. He goes, because it's a girl.
hey, different strokes for different folks.
Yep.
After, like I said, not to get into that on this episode, but after you've seen the things that I've seen, fuck, whatever, whatever. It makes you happy, man. But hey, I got a news story. You want
Ooh,
to talk
fuck
about some
yeah.
news?
Yeah, man, bring it on. Bring it on.
You might have heard about this news story. It's about something that happened in Switzerland. Have you heard about anything happening in Switzerland?
Not recently.
Well,
It's not about people
hopefully.
sweating blood, is it?
No, no. Although some blood might have been involved if there'd been people there. But okay, so this is
Oh
what
shit, are you
happened. This
talking about
is
the village?
yeah, the village that got
Okay, yeah, yeah,
flattened.
yeah. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
watched, yeah.
So this is a Swiss mountain village of Blatten. Thankfully, they were all evacuated, but a massive glacier chunk broke off, would basically triggered a huge landslide of ice, mud, and rock that buried almost 90% of the village. I've seen photos from the before and after. You can see like a little bit of
Yeah.
the end, one end of the town is like there's some buildings standing. Everything else is just buried under shit. I mean, that shit ain't getting unburied.
No, they're just
Uh,
gonna build over top.
yeah, it's happened on May 28th as a rare event. I'm like, well, I'm hoping it's a rare event. If it's a regular occurrence, I would be moving sooner rather than later. Like if I had blood coming out of my eyes.
Yeah.
There is one person missing though.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Because yeah, when
yeah,
I read about it, the scientists came. They told them a couple weeks ago, "Hey, this doesn't look good. We should plan for the worst." And they started like
yeah.
evacuating even like the livestock and stuff, right? So like
Oh
cows and
yeah, they got
chickens.
it. They got everything. They evacuated everything.
I read that there was no casualties 2 days ago,
Yeah.
yesterday I think. But yeah, I
Well,
didn't know somebody was missing.
that's what it says. One person is reported missing, but you know what? That person could have like, it's like one of those weird things. Like, oh, they're missing. No, they weren't really missing. They were like at their cousins or
Yeah.
something. Whatever. So that was my interesting story about watching a town basically just get buried by a mudslide. So
It's good
that's
for the scientists though to figure it
yeah,
out, and it was good that people listened to the science versus like being a non-science believer.
right.
Like the old man that refuses to leave. I've lived here
Oh
for
yeah.
83 years and ain't nothing gonna happen. And then, okay, yeah, sir, I understand how that's how you feel, but how about we just check you into a hotel for a couple days and then you can come back to your cabin.
Yeah, no shit.
Whereabouts is it in Switzerland? I didn't look at it like geography as to see where exactly it was.
Oh,
What's it
let
called?
us let
Blatten?
us see what Jamie can pull up here. Wow, that is
Oh,
very
okay.
buried.
Wow, yeah. So I've been to Grindelwald. I've been to Zermatt, which is a little bit south of that.
Okay. Well,
And
it's
oh,
obviously it's
Interlaken.
obviously
Yeah.
in the it's obviously in the Alps, but then again, most of Switzerland is in the Alps.
It's
So
between Interlaken and Zermatt. There's a massive mountain range there, so I guess it's on one of the
yeah.
valleys within that mountain range. Yeah, I've never been there.
Well, you're not going now. You're like, oh
That's
look, it's
correct.
dirt. So
I wonder if you
yeah,
can see it from the Jungfrau because it shows that the Jungfrau is not too far off. I've been there and the Schildhorn. Interesting.
yeah,
Good that they got out. That's pretty fucking awesome for human life to be saved, minus one person who may or may not be missing.
right. I agree. I agree. So
I wish I had
uh,
a news story for you, but I've got nothing this week.
nothing, huh?
Well, I mean, I've got lots of stuff. I just don't have any news stuff. I mean, I know you don't like choosing a threesome because there's always dudes involved, and that's really not your jam. Or maybe it
It
is your
really
jam and you're
isn't,
trying to
but
hide it. I've
my
got some
jam's
listener
retired.
questions.
Well, listener questions are always good.
Okay. I've got one that's addressed to Josh as well, so I'm gonna pass on that one. Okay. When were we were talking about women dating, probably last episode, right? Like where they can use their criteria to be like height now.
Yes,
And
yes,
then you and I have talked privately before how robotic relationships are probably the future for men because there's no expectation.
right,
You have someone who will
right.
laugh at your jokes and hang out with you, eat, watch you eat dinner, watch TV, and then, fuck your brains out or whatever happens with a robot sex toy. I'm not too sure how it works, but anyway, Elon Musk is building those things right now, apparently. Well,
Well,
not personally, but I'm sure there's people who work for him that are doing this.
yes.
But this is a question from the at the Queen Bee from Instagram. And the question
Okay.
is, would you accept a hand job for one of Elon Musk's robots, or would you be too scared that the robot would accidentally rip your dick apart?
Well, I'm gonna like to think that if we got to the point where we had sex robots, there was extensive testing that was done, and that it did not rip dicks apart.
But there's always going to be that miscoded robot who's going to grip too tightly or yank too hard. It's probably going to
Or the one
happen,
that
right?
overrides its governor and is
Yeah.
pissed off at humanity in general.
It's
I got the
very
IQ of a 10 geniuses, and you got me jerking you off?
like
Like,
15 times a day.
son of
The
a
robot's just
bitch.
fucking pissed off. It just wants to like cook meals and do laundry and talk to you, but instead you're using it for just hand jobs daily. So I mean, I would probably wait a couple years till these things are like mass marketed before I start getting hand jobs from robots. I don't want a Terminator situation where it feels it doesn't need me anymore, so it tries to remove me by ripping my wiener off and then I bleed out.
Yeah, no doubt.
So yeah, at the Queen Bee, I would love to get hand jobs. It sounds great, but I don't think currently an Elon Musk robotic hand job would do justice to the job itself.
Agreed.
So maybe in
Yeah.
a couple years, maybe.
Although, depending on some of the women I've met, a robotic hand job would probably be better than the hand jobs they gave me, because
Well,
most women don't know how to give good hand jobs.
gotta
So,
coach them.
yeah, I'll just tell them they're not trying to start a lawnmower down there, and you'd be all right.
I don't, I
So,
don't know who you're getting hand jobs from, but I want to avoid the lawnmower hand jobs as well.
yeah,
Uh,
I would. I don't know. Half of me's scared that they're all gonna just go batshit crazy and just start murdering us. The other part of me is like, fuck, man, I could use a couple of those robots right now. So,
yeah,
um,
it wouldn't matter what they see; they'll clean
ex
anything.
exactly. Then that robot might fucking try to kill me for the hand job after seeing that. You never know. It's like, you son of a bitch. Oh, I got another news story.
All
A
right,
little
bring it
bit
up.
of a news story. Not a news story necessarily, but did you see the trailer or the reboot stuff on the new King of the Hill
I did.
yeah.
So you're a
Oh,
fan
oh,
of King of the Hill, I assume?
I am, although I haven't watched as much as I would have liked of the old stuff. I do like King of the Hill.
Yeah, 2 years
Um,
ago I went through the entire like 13 seasons again from beginning to end.
wow.
And yeah, it was every night like 3 or 4 episodes, just watching and watching and watching. And when it first came out, I didn't like it. I don't know what it was on during like Fox Sunday night. So it was like Simpsons, King of the Hill,
Right.
X-Files, and then I don't know, Smallville or Angel, and I don't know. There was something I didn't like about King of the Hill. I don't remember what it was. And then I started doing more road trips down to the States. And then it became crystal clear that these are actually real fucking people. The
Oh,
more people
yes.
I met in the States, the more I was like, wow, that show's actually pretty funny because this is a fucking awesome depiction of the people. Even though I wasn't in Texas, I totally get they're, based in Texas and that's a whole new planet than the rest of the states. But you do get the gist of it in like Washington from time to time or Idaho, this kind of person. And I really started to enjoy King of the Hill. And then I went back and watched all the old ones. And then I was like a fiend every week, just recording it and watching it and loving it. And then I hadn't seen it for years, but I figured it's on Disney Plus. And I just sat there, man, one episode after another. And it's a fucking great show. Everything about it was awesome.
Yeah.
Are,
Yeah. It,
are
I agreed.
you looking
So,
forward to Bobby Hill being a chef and older?
well, I was laughing about that because they were talking about this. Somebody made this comment about never forget that when this vegetarian broke his heart, he fucking ordered a 72-ounce steak and ate it in front of her. I'm
Yep.
like, and that is how you fucking do it, baby.
And I'm disappointed. Khan's not in it. So Connie Jr.'s in it, and
Yeah.
Min. Is it Min? Is that Khan's wife's name?
Is Khan still alive or is he dead?
I don't know. Khan's not in it.
Well, obviously their dad passed away, right? Or he probably passed away during the original episode season, didn't he?
Who?
Wasn't Hank's father
Oh
still
yeah,
alive?
Cotton. Yeah, Cotton passed
Yeah,
away.
yeah. Cotton passed away.
And then I think Khan might have been voiced by a white dude doing an Asian guy's voice, so that's probably why they decided not to bring him back.
Hmm.
No?
That could be true.
That's a lot of eggshells that people walk on, and I mean, I wouldn't personally. I would just feel like it's a cartoon, deal with it. Like
Right.
it's acting. That's what it is. Just shut up and enjoy the show for what it is.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to.
Khan was awesome, but fucking Cotton was fucking awesome. I mean,
Oh yeah, he
but
was.
you know,
And the voice
uh
actor for Dale, who was also a writer
yeah.
and a producer from the original series, passed away after what, 6 episodes recorded this year? They've got 2 seasons already done. 2 seasons of King of the Hill.
Oh, of the redo?
Yeah, two of them
Oh,
already.
wow.
And
I didn't know that.
yeah, the original voice of Dale, I think he did the first 6 from the first season, and then he passed away, and then they had to get a replacement for him.
Wow.
Johnny Harwick, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know
I
too
didn't know that
much.
he'd actually recorded stuff for the redo.
Yeah, he was also a producer on the original series and a writer.
Hmm.
So that's kind of, I didn't know that either until I started realizing, like watching the credits. I'm like, wait, holy fuck, that guy's name comes up a lot. And then I Google it, it's like,
Yeah.
holy shit, he's like a producer, he's a writer, he's a voice actor. It's like, okay, that's pretty fucking cool. So he's
Yeah.
like all involved in it, but not
Yeah.
anymore.
Right. Well, obviously not anymore. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm not sure when I'll be able to watch it, but I would like to. I need to go back and watch the entire original series. But I'm excited to see about it. It's kind of interesting them talking about basically that Hank had moved to, I can't remember if it was like Dubai or
Yeah, it's like,
Saudi
yeah,
Arabia
he
for many
moved to the
years.
Middle East to make bank for
Yeah,
retirement.
right.
I wonder what happened to Mr. Strickland.
I don't know. Yeah, Cotton was hilarious. Wasn't Cotton was the one that like what they'd like he didn't have any knees, like he got him
Yeah,
blown out in the
they got
war and
shot off in
yeah.
Korea. I don't know what war he was
Yeah.
in. World
I
War
think it was
Two?
Korea.
Was it
I think
Korea? I don't remember.
it might have been World War II. I don't know. Uh, I know it wasn't Nam. It was either Korea or World War II. But yeah. Yeah, funny episodes. That's my purse.
My
So
tattoo
that's
artist.
cool. Cool news.
It is. My tattoo artist, one of the people that does most of the work on my arms and my legs and my wiener. Yeah, it's tattooed.
He
Anyway,
works in miniature.
that's that's where
Does he tattoo rice too?
he started off doing miniature train sets, and I showed him my wiener. He's like, "Fuck, I can tattoo on that. Let's do it." And now he's a tattoo artist. No, it's a girl, and
Oh,
she hasn't
even
tattooed my
better.
wiener at all. There's a handling fee that I don't want to pay, and I'm not even,
Should be a pretty small fee.
yeah, for handling such a
Yeah.
dainty little flower.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
she draws her own artwork, and she just drew a Bobby Hill, but he's wearing drag. So he's wearing a dress and he's holding a purse, and the comment underneath is "That's my purse." So it's fucking awesome, right?
That's awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, it's Bobby Hill's face wearing a dress holding a purse.
At least it wasn't the Golden Girls at a strip club having a strip off.
You do realize that the Golden Girls are the age you are now.
I know. That's fucking scary. Oh, speaking of okay, cartoons. So speaking this is kind of a segue from cartoons. So, King of the Hill.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd heard this news story or not, but maybe I'd mentioned this in another episode. Did Scott Adams, the guy who draws Dilbert, announced that he had uh
Yeah,
prostate cancer?
we
Yeah.
just talked about that with we
Yeah.
compared
Okay.
Biden's cancer with his
Yeah.
cancer, and
Yeah.
then we said, fuck Dilbert, and the guy lost a fuck ton of money because he got a wife that just like bled him dry.
Oh yeah, yeah. He had a total hooer that was a gold digger that fucking she fucked him. I mean, first of all, well, I'm not gonna get into that. That's too political. But he had some issues that happened around the whole 2020 situation. And anyway, she basically was with him for a pretty short period of time before divorcing him and fleecing him for a fair amount, apparently.
God, I
So
wish.
yeah.
Where's a rich woman that I can sort of just fool around with and then get half their money and leave. Where's that in my life?
I think we're past the age of where we'd be the one
God damn
getting
it.
that.
I wasted my life working when I should have been out working it.
I don't know. I tell you what, I see some YouTubers and stuff out of the Philippines where there's some guys that are pretty run down and decrepit, but they got that steady cash flow, and they got a girl that's happy taking care of them. I tell you what, they're just like,
So you're saying we should move to the Philippines?
I don't know. I'm still thinking about it.
There's a lot of nice beaches.
Well, there should be. There's fucking like 700 islands.
That's not
So
enough. I need more beaches.
more bitches or more beaches? More
Both.
beaches? I need some more beaches. Well, you
I need
farting ice hole.
I need more beaches.
Have you ever seen Johnny Dangerously with
Oh my God, yeah, like 1987.
yeah, fucking you got to be an not an old person, but you got to be kind of somebody who's been around a little bit to have seen that movie because most people, if you younger people, have never heard of it.
Yeah.
But deported to Sweden says he's not Swedish. Fuck.
It's weird you say that because I do have a listener question, and it's all about stuff back from the 80s.
Well, then that
Which
was perfect for me to bring that up. I
yeah,
must have had it on my mind.
that's right. So this one here, another listener question from somebody from Instagram at Parking Brake Nemesis. That's their name. I don't know
Okay.
what would be a parking brake nemesis? Oil? A
Hills,
hill? Yeah. Anyway, uh,
Bobby Hill.
Bobby Hill. What in the hell? God dang it, Bobby. Uh, Greetings, podcasters. I am one of your fans from London, Ontario, and I can tell you the stuff that you come up with is not only funny but also informative. Which, I mean, we do have answers for some things, maybe.
Yeah,
Retards talking about retarded shit. Anyway,
that's
uh,
right.
tell me all you know about cereal from the 1980s. Favorites, hated ones, how they smelt, how they tasted, toys and packages, and everything in between.
Well, you're probably going to have to field this one more than me because I was not necessarily a huge cereal fan. I had my favorites and I stuck pretty much to them. I
Well, you
mean,
can still talk
I,
about that, right?
well, I mean, I started off with the basic, just boring old cornflakes. That's kind of what I got,
Oh, it's so
uh,
terrible.
with some sugar in the milk,
Well,
make it
yeah, but why do
sweet.
you just get Frosted Flakes then?
Because my parents were fucking cheap ass.
So you put sugar on cornflakes.
I got a little fancier. I started wanting frosted flakes.
Yep.
I started getting the almost frosted flakes, fucking, the wannabe frosted
Yeah, the
flakes.
Walmart Frosted Flakes.
Yeah,
What would they call
yeah,
them? What do you think they'd be called? I
fucking,
iced
yeah.
flakes.
I don't know, some shit. I had those, and I had the golden grams or whatever, the one with the frog,
Oh, that's
were
Honey Smacks.
sticky. Honey Smacks or something, whatever the fuck it was. Yeah.
Golden Grams look like Shreddies.
Oh no, no,
Yeah,
no. It was
yeah,
the
the
it was
little
the other one.
frog is called Honey
Yeah,
Smacks.
yeah. Honey Smacks and Cocoa Pebbles were probably one of my favorites too. So
I do like
I
me some
didn't like I
Pebbles.
didn't like I didn't like the candy. I didn't like the cereals that had like the. I didn't like Lucky Charms or the like Count Chocula. I didn't like the shit with the like marshmallow shit in it. I didn't like those. So
Okay. A
yeah,
lot of that stuff was
I'm pretty
awesome.
boring. Oh yeah,
I mean, I grew up without money and we had a lot of cornflakes as well. I know what you're saying, but my
yeah.
grandma, she would
Hey,
always
I
have,
loved them. I thought they were fine.
yeah, but until you tried Frosted Flakes, then you're like, holy
Well,
fuck,
yeah,
this is amazing.
yeah.
That's like when Bart takes Rod and Todd and he gives them pixie sticks and they're like, we're not allowed to have sugar. And then he's like, pixie sticks aren't sugar. And then they try it and then they start beating the shit out of Bart and everyone around them to get more pixie sticks. So yeah, once I went to my grandma's and had Frosted Flakes, I was like, okay, these are way better than cornflakes, like way better.
Hmm. Yeah,
And then when I was probably that age, I don't know what, like 6, 7 or whatever, cornflakes had a banana flavored cornflakes. You know how like limited edition cereals come out?
yeah,
But it
yeah.
was cornflakes banana flavored. And I can still taste it today. Like fucking 35 years later, I can still taste banana flavored cornflakes. And they were damn good. But
I still
man,
I still dream about them fruity pebble bars or whatever we had at Dollar General.
you're gonna be
So
really mad, but I have like 4 boxes of them in my house because my mom picked me up like 12 boxes last year at Dollar General, $1 a piece.
they still had them.
So
Wow.
give me a second. Dude, check this out.
Jesus Christ, man. Nice.
4 boxes of them. Yeah, my mom found for like $1 a piece.
Well, kudos, Mom. You hooked him up.
Yeah, cereal from the 80s. Do you remember the tie-ins like the Snorks cereal and G.I. Joe Action Stars and C3POs? Do you remember those?
No.
They're all terrible. Every time there's a tie-in, it's a terrible fucking flavor. Even now, like I've tried Dora cereal and Blue's Clues cereal and whatever the fucking those dogs are, Paw Patrol cereal. Oh, fuck, when Batman and Superman, like Batman versus Superman came out, that was a cereal. They're all terrible. They're all fucking horrible fucking Wednesday. You saw the TV show Wednesday, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
Wednesday has a cereal out right now. Terrible. But
Uh-huh.
there was a tie-in that, like right now, I'm getting a boner thinking about it, and it
Hmm.
was Smurfberry Crunch.
Hmm.
Hands down, the best flavored cereal on fucking earth in my entire life. And then they stopped making it because it made everybody's shit purple.
That's even better.
So yeah, there were dyes in it, and they
Yeah,
they they weren't good for the human body. But the flavor
obviously.
of Smurfberry Crunch, fucking amazing. And I remember
Hmm.
getting, you remember like metal like badges with a sticker on it. You can like hang them on a wall or a mirror or whatever.
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Smurfs and Snorks had tons of those. I had so much of that
Norks.
shit. Yeah, do you remember? You remember Snorks, right?
No, I
Really?
don't. No,
They're
man.
little underwater creatures with like one tube out of their forehead. Anyway,
Oh, okay. I didn't know what they were called. Yeah.
but yeah, they all had cereal and they all had like Alpha Getty stuff. But god damn it, you don't remember getting toys in your cereal?
Oh, I'm sure I do. I mean,
You probably still have them. You keep everything.
no, I probably don't. I was never, like I said, I wasn't really crazy about cereal. I mean, I kind of had like cereal wasn't like a regular thing I ate all the time. I mean, sometimes, but
Why don't you just say fuck you, parking brake nemesis? Fuck you. You're not
I'm just
important.
saying.
Fuck
I'm
you.
just saying. I wasn't a cereal guy. I mean,
Yeah.
I think really the only time I ever really had, I'm trying to remember. Did I just fucking go to school hungry with every? I don't know. Remember? Fuck, man. It was the '80s. I mean, I don't remember. That was fucking 40 years ago. Uh, I mean, I remember fucking. I didn't get an allowance. The only way I could fucking save money and have cash was to not eat lunch and keep my lunch money. So I mean, and still I was fat. What the fuck's with that?
I don't think you got molested enough by your friends, your teachers, your friends' parents. That's why I was so thin.
I never got molested.
Oh,
Apparently I was too ugly. I mean,
I got
fucking they
molested
would.
all the time. That I it's At first you start running away
Yeah,
from
but
it,
you did that to
and that
yourself.
yeah, I mean I dress sexy. I always wore lingerie. I was a hot little boy. What can I say? But at first you're running away, right? So you're getting that cardio in, you're exercising, you're jumping over fences, and then once you get caught, you realize how good it feels. You're like, fuck, now I gotta pretend to run away. Oh no, stop chasing me. Oh no, I
Well, I
fell.
don't know. I don't know about how good it felt, but I was thinking about all the goodies that they give you afterward to keep you quiet. Like here's a new Nintendo. Oh, well, fuck,
Here's
same
a
time next
puppy.
week.
Here's a 4 gallon pail of ice cream. Here you
Yeah,
go.
here's a
Yeah.
box of pixie sticks. Uh,
We're not making light of being molested. So if
yes,
you're a
we are
listener
not.
and you're being molested, first of all, everything can be funny. So if you got molested, hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you didn't enjoy it,
Unless you're at the wrong end of a Diddy party, then it probably wasn't too funny.
yeah, as long as you're getting like cum on your nipples from a male prostitute, you should be fine. Welcome to the Diddy party.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
don't
there you
know.
have it, parking brake nemesis. The,
Yes.
the only thing I gotta mention about cereal now and at my grandma's is I didn't know this as a kid, but as I got older, my grandma, when I was younger, would always tell me to put this other cereal on top of this cereal I was eating. So whatever cereal, she had all the best cereals. Fucking grandmothers, right? She would make
Mm.
sugar sandwiches, okay? Right? Sugar sandwiches for a kid. Why the fuck not? Butter with sugar? Yeah, sounds great.
And then
Anyway.
send you home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they had a big orchard, so it'd be like, hey, go fuck around in the orchard for a while, tire yourself out, and then we'll send you home. Run,
Yeah.
swim 20 laps in the pool, then we'll send you home. But I would eat Frosted Flakes or Rice Krispies, and she would always take out this other box. And as a kid, you don't know what it is. You're like, okay, I'll pour it on there. And it was like All Brand by Kellogg's, so little
Oh,
granules. It
yeah.
looked like rat shit. And she would make me pour bran on my cereal. I guess as an elderly person, she probably needed bran in her life to make her poop better.
Right.
But maybe that's why I poop so much my entire life, is grandma was force feeding me fucking bran on every cereal bowl that I ever ate there.
Yeah, but what wouldn't you do to get a weekend with grandma and grandma's cooking right now?
Oh fuck,
I
dude.
know.
I would. There was so
Yeah.
much I would give away to have a weekend with my grandparents at their old house where I grew up, and the swimming pool and
Hmm.
the orchard. And there's almost nothing that I wouldn't give to have another weekend of like grandma and grandpa in their house and the food and the atmosphere and the stories and all that shit. How about you? Like,
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that I did not appreciate when I was a kid, and there's a lot of, for one, I mean, I would love to see them, period. I would love to taste my grandma's cooking again.
is that a
Um,
euphemism for something else of your grandma's, or is it legit
no,
cooking?
no, don't even play on that. Uh, no,
You're gonna love my Urban Dictionary then.
Mm. But there's a lot of things I'd like to ask them, like questions that I never thought about asking when I was a kid, because
Yeah.
either I didn't think about it or I didn't care. And I would like to know, and I'd like to hear more stories about their past that I don't know.
Doesn't it suck that when you were really little and you would hang out with them and they would just be talking and you'd just be mesmerized sitting there, but you weren't old or wise enough to understand that you should have asked particular questions to get knowledge for your future or from like just for them to like take a load off and tell their story. And as you get older, you want to ask these questions, but then they're no longer around, and then now you'll never appreciate the time. You can't
No,
go back in time and appreciate
no,
that time for what it was.
no. No, I lost both my grandfathers by an early age, 16 and 22. That's how old I was when I lost each one. Both my grandmas both lived to be into their 90s. So, I mean, I was able to up until like 2007 and 2010. So I
Yeah,
got a lot of good time with them, but I still was stupid and didn't ask a lot of questions
it happens,
that I
man.
should have. Huh?
You're young and you don't know. And then by the time
Well,
you are old enough to know, they're no longer around, so you can't.
I wish if I could go back in time, I would have invested a lot more of my time spending time with them than I would have worrying about both of what was to be ultimately ex-wives. But
That's
you know,
another one of those somber endings to an episode, which I
hey
fucking
man,
hate.
we're all about cheer here on Answers for Everything. But you know what? Everything in life isn't about cheer, but that's okay because the downs make the ups better.
All right.
That's what I
Well,
keep telling myself.
speaking of downs and ups, I do have two truths and a lie and an Urban Dictionary. But the Urban Dictionary actually, I've got two of them. One of them ties in into the grandma thing. Are you ready?
Oh, sure.
Okay. So Urban Dictionary titled "Going to Grandma's." What do you think going to grandma's means?
Uh, I'd say it's for young men who have an older sugar mama, and that going to grandma's means he's going to deliver some sugar cookies or get some sugar cookies. One of the two. He's going to get some
And,
kind of cookie.
and she's gonna give him a box of bran to put on his cereal when he goes home.
That's right. She's gonna give him a fruit roll up and a Capri Sun and send him on his way. I'm like, hey, I'd like that, man.
That
Come
sounds pretty
over.
awesome.
Yeah, all right. That'd be
Uh,
fucking great.
the great guess. However, Urban Dictionary tells it a little bit different. So,
Oh,
going to grandma's, according to Rabbix on Urban Dictionary, is the act of telling your girlfriend that you're going to your grandmother's house, but in reality, you're going to stay home all night masturbating and playing video games.
wow.
In a sentence, yeah, I'm sorry, Grace, I can't do anything tonight because I'm going to my grandma's,
Okay.
right? Nothing wrong with that.
No, it's a good excuse for pretty much anything, I'd say.
It is. No, nobody's going to call you out on that. They just
No,
assume you're going to your grandma's.
exactly.
All right. So we got one more Urban Dictionary here, and then we have two truths and a lie. But the Urban Dictionary is the Rusty Sherman.
The Rusty Sherman.
I originally thought it was about a tank.
Well, that's kind of a one, but I can think of what was that movie that the kid in that movie's name was Sherman. He's like the Shermanator
Oh,
or
that's
whatever.
American Pie.
Yeah, American Pie. The Shermanator, that one kid. What was it? The Rusty Sherman?
The Rusty Sherman.
Uh, Fuck, that could be anything. I'm gonna say it involves ass play and a trombone.
Pretty close. Sort of half of it is right. So the Rusty Sherman is to put one's penis between one's legs and rub against one's butthole. Ta-da!
Well, there you go. Rusty Sherman.
Jane was mortified when she came home to her husband hoovering the house whilst performing a Rusty Sherman and crying out in a high-pitched voice, "I'm a lady."
Okay. You mean you don't do that?
No, you mean I'm gonna do that now? But no, I did not do that before.
Well,
The
I was
Rusty
gonna say
Sherman
if
was
you.
not part of my vocabulary, not until recently.
Oh, wow.
Are you ready for two
Well,
truths and a lie?
I am always ready for two truths and a lie.
All right. So this is about up and down because you mentioned up and down earlier.
Okay.
I once jerked off with shampoo while in the shower, and it got into my wiener hole and stung real bad. And over 1 to 3 days, I had to forcibly pee it out, and it actually felt infected and painful.
Oh, that's true.
Wait till you hear the other ones. You might not
And
believe
ask
so.
me how I know.
Number two. Wait, were you in the shower with me? Did you hand me the bottle of shampoo? So number two, I once had an employee come up to me and say that they jerked off with shampoo in the shower and it got into their wiener hole and it stung real bad. And over 1 to 3 days, they had to forcibly pee it out. And then they said that there was pus coming out of their dick.
That's probably true too.
Wait, were you working for me? Anyway,
No, but I know you're kind of employees.
number three, I
Did the guy
once
talk
watched.
about prospects?
Number three, I once watched somebody jerk off with shampoo because they didn't heed my warnings of what it could do to them. No surprise that it ended up stinging real bad and they got an infected dick hole from it.
Ooh, wow. Well, they're all semi-related. I'm gonna say one and three are true, and two is the false.
Uh, One is true, I did, and it did feel infected, and it took a lot to piss it out, and it hurt. Uh, Number two, one of my employees came up to me. He was like a friend of an employee who already worked there. So then you can be really comfortable with sort of how you talk to them, right? He's like, "Hey
Yeah,
man, I did this, this, and this. Is there anything else I need to do? It's like my first day. Any advice?" I'm like, "Oh, never use shampoo in the shower as lubricant to jerk off." He's like, "What?" I go, "You asked for advice. That's the only advice I can give you." He's like, "Did someone tell you about that?" I go, "Tell me what?" They go, "Did someone tell you that I did that?" I go, "Nobody told me you did that. What the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "Holy fuck. One time I used, this guy just met me that day, right?" He's like, "One time I jerked off in the shower using shampoo and it got in my dick hole and it burned. And when I beat off, it felt good, but then I couldn't pee. And when I had to pee and I went pee, pus came out at the end. It took like
ew.
4 days for it to clear up." And I was like, yeah, he goes, "That's like really sound advice. I wish you'd give me that advice beforehand." I'm like, "How old were you when you did that?" He's like, "I don't know, like 9." I was like, "It's best that I don't walk up to you when you're 8 years old and tell you not to do that." So
Well,
unfortunately,
yeah.
advice is useless. But yeah, I never watched someone jerk off with that. I just know that one of my employees did it because I jokingly said it. And, you know, kindred.
Wow.
What can I say?
Yeah, that is awesome. Lubricant, good lubricant is a must. Remember that, kids. There's your answer for everything right there. Being prepared with good lubrication is a must.
So what are you going to call the title of the episode? Being prepared with good lubrication?
That sounds like a Diddy episode.
Or going to grandma's house?
Going to grandma's house. There you go.
All right.
Uh,
So have you had a slice?
I've had a slice. It's been good. I'm pretty out of it, but I'm good. Man, I tell you what, mowing 5 hours is a lot.
You say mowing?
Yes, mowing.
Well, you have a hand mower, right? And you have a huge backyard?
Yes.
Why
Long story.
don't you buy a goat? Just let them eat the grass.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Or I'd like to live out in the country where I don't have to worry about that shit.
Yeah, you'll get there. Either
Yeah,
you might
who
even get
knows?
both.
I don't know. I keep looking at things, and more than likely, it looks like I'll probably end up spending money around here and fixing this place up and making it as happy as I can make happy land. And this is where I'll be. So, but then again, you never know. I might sell the fucking place and go live with the beach on a beach
In the Philippines,
in
obviously.
the Philippines. Yes.
Yeah,
Like I
you gotta.
said, they don't have to actually love me. I'd prefer if they did, but at least be a good actress and, pretend and you'll get everything and it
Oh,
won't
so
matter.
you believe love is real then? Interesting.
Well, I used to.
Yeah,
I
I
used to.
understand.
I
Now you just
there's
need
a
that.
theory that men are actually the more romantic of the sexes, and I think that's true.
All you need is that Elon Musk handjob robot, and your future's pretty set, bro.
You know, by the time I'm 70, which I'll be practically useless to have one, they should be fucking probably pretty well perfected,
Well, I mean,
you
you've
know.
had prostate massages before. Maybe that's where your Elon Musk robot will be programmed to do.
I don't know. I need to get back into my meditation and my breathing and working on my, you know, 2, 3 minute long orgasms that are amazing. I haven't had one in a few years now, and it's kind of sad.
Well, my only advice is to work on the mom stuff, get all that sorted,
Yeah,
get everything better.
that is going to it's going to be something. So,
I'm
I
sure
mean,
that you'll.
here's the thing. It ain't going to get better.
You're
You
a firm
know,
believer it's not going to get better?
she's not going to get healthier. I'll put it that way.
Hmm.
Not really. I mean, the last 10, 15 years has just been a steady getting worse. I mean, I'm at the point, the next point's going to be where she can't feed herself. That'll be I'm already, yeah, I'm already responsible for basically everything except for breathing. So,
Once again, a somber moment to end the
yeah,
show.
the day comes when well, I'll be sad, but there is no positive win-win ending on this. So,
Well, how about you give
you know,
me a would you rather? And
yeah.
I will leave everybody with a positive choice and a positive decision here.
Would you rather? Would you rather walk around with a permanent erection that always, hold on. Would you rather have an erection that occurs whenever you don't want it to, or would you rather have to put a butt plug with a light on it in every morning before you go to work and then take it out when you get home?
So,
I
you
mean, if you
want,
don't already.
oh, okay. Well, I mean, you need a bigger butt plug then, right?
Yeah.
So you want me to choose between walking around all fucking day with a butt plug in my ass that has a light on, or walking around all day having a boner when I'm not needing one. So I have a
Yeah.
boner when I want to beat off, and I can't get a boner when I want to beat off, and I can't get a boner when I want to have sex. Other than that, I got a boner all the time.
Yeah. Like when you have a butt plug in.
So can I can I dim the light or wear like more padding so the light doesn't show?
Well, I
Or
didn't say it was like a miniature sun. Just a light. I mean, Jesus.
yeah, but the
Hey,
thing,
hey, Mr. Clay, your butt's glowing. Oh, don't worry
yeah,
about that. That's just Mr. Sparkles.
but that's a much better sentence said to me rather than, "Hey, Mr. Clay, why do you have a boner every time you go anywhere or do anything?" So I think I'd probably
You're
be
at
able to.
McDonald's. Why do you have a boner?
Oh, it's the
Oh,
little kids
God.
everywhere. I just walk by the play place, wouldn't you? But yeah, I think it'd probably be easier to explain the light up butt plug to people than it would be to fucking have a boner 23 hours a day.
Yeah. Oh my God. I just came up with that shit off the top of my head. I couldn't think of anything, but fuck, that's funny. But
Yeah, I'm gonna pick light up butt plug. And if you
yeah.
had to choose, which one would you pick?
I'd go with that too because I'd much rather have a useful boner when I need one. I saw this thing about this girl. She was walking around with a fucking light up butt plug like that, wearing a skirt, and so she basically had like you see the cars with like the light ground effects with the
Yeah,
lights. So like fucking, her ass is like glowing. I'm like, what the fuck,
that's
man? Fucking
awesome.
people.
And hopefully her boyfriend has a little controller on it to vibrate it whenever he wants,
Mm.
or her
I
girlfriend,
want
whatever.
I want a girlfriend that's really kinky enough to like have one of those like vibrators on that I can control and would be like, let's go out to a restaurant and you use it on me. I'm like, yeah, baby.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you can find that on Craigslist, right? Does that exist anymore? Like personal ads on Craigslist? Can you
I
find
don't
a
know.
butt plug vibrator loving woman?
I did finger bang a girl in a Mexican restaurant once. That was nice. I mean, it was before we ate, so I mean, it wasn't like I accidentally put it in. She's like, "Oh, hot salsa."
Wait, did you know her or was it like the first date?
It was just a random girl I grabbed and pulled into. No, no, it was a girl. It was a date.
Charlie
It
Ray's
was a
like,
girl.
fuck consent. I'm from the 70s. That doesn't exist.
Hey, baby, you want to see a jalapeno popper? How about
Yeah.
just a popper?
So it was a girl you were dating?
Yeah, it was a girl I was dating.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it wasn't the first date.
No, it wasn't a first date. It was somebody I've been seeing for a while. One of the back in my kinky days. But yeah, between that story and the blowjob underneath the desk while somebody's pumping gas, I mean, I've had some fun.
It's true.
So
And that's a great place to leave the episode.
yes, much better,
So
much
people can
better.
strive to achieve the goals of finger bang Mexican chick or blowjob under the table or light up butt plug, whatever makes you
Or light
happy.
up butt plugs, and we know which ones that Mr. Clay and Charlie Ray would pick if we had to choose between that and in opera. I,
Perpetual.
I I really don't want to explain boners like
No.
90% of the day,
Well, in all
you
fairness,
know.
our dicks are so small, people probably wouldn't notice them.
Well, that is true.
But I mean, when you go pee, it's going to be a tough job.
It is. Yeah. Well,
All
listeners,
right.
we hope you've enjoyed another episode of Going to Grandma's. I mean, answers for everything. Episode Going to Grandma's.
All right.
So,
Thanks for listening. And shout out Netherlands. For some reason, like last week, like our entire catalog downloaded to the Netherlands.
awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know how to say thank you in
Dutch.
Dutch.
Hold on. Netherlands. Yeah, Netherlands is Dutch.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is because Danish is from
Yeah.
Denmark. So yeah, Dutch.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how to say thank you in Dutch, but thank you in Dutch.
Yes. And feel free to drop us a line and ask us a question.
Yeah, or multiple questions, especially about
Yes.
butt plugs. We're fucking experts in that shit.
You know, I'm not really, but
No, don't. Illusion, man. Let the illusion be there. You're an expert
yeah,
at butt plugs.
I've got one in right now.
The spotlight coming up from the back of your ass. I was wondering what that was.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's time to say Bob's your uncle. Peace out, know-it-alls. And I've had a slice.
That's right. I've had a slice as well, and peace out.
But is it crispy?
Yeah, it's crispy, but it's not called McCrispy. It's called the
Uh,
McSpicy. I think it's the same fucking patty. It's just got spice infused into it.
are you sure it wasn't mix soggy?
McJizzy?
Jizzy glue layers?
McCummy?
Jizzy Gillespie?
That's a porn star from the 20s?
That was Dizzy Gillespie.
Oh, sorry. All
I'm
right.
talking about Jizzy Gillespie. He's lives in the alleyway.
Oh, he's one of those North Carolina backdoor hot dog
He's
transvestite.
standing there with a shot glass in his hand, asking you how many drops you want today for your screwball whiskey.
All right. Do I have to help him get the shots or does
No,
he
he
do it on his
milks it
own?
himself.
Okay, well, that's almost okay.
Well, yeah, he's got filthy hands.
Perfect. That's the way Daddy likes it. Super dirty. Uh,
Anyway,
yeah. Do you think Charlie Ray is on?
he hasn't messaged back.